do what thou wilt, shall be the whole of the law. Hi, I'm sibling James Gordon for the Thelemic Order. Today is the Equinox of the Gods, the first day of the Thelemic holy season. We have two readings for today. The first is from Liber VII, which we also heard yesterday. Today we'll skip ahead to Chapter 2, and then we'll come back to Chapter 1 on March the 25th. Now, if you check out the video for our evening reading, I'll have some comments about the nature of the Thelemic revelation and Thelemic inspiration. For now, I want to share Chapter 2 with you, and before I read, I do want to cover a few points. First, there's a lot of sexual imagery in these readings, and I think that's important to recognize that Crowley was queer, and there's a lot of very explicitly queer sexual imagery. In fact, he writes about that in some later writing that we're going to address in an upcoming video. So if you don't get that, the whole thing can seem a little confusing and sterile. But if you think you're hearing sexual references, you are. Now, there's some imagery in this video that I'm going to, or in this poem, that may be a little shocking. The imagery of a Nubian slave has a lot of impact by modern standards, because in our minds, the focus is going to be on the issue of slavery, something we're very aware of today. That's not really Crowley's focus here. His focus is more on the aesthetic. So, in his period, Nubian slave is a trope like Doric boy. Now, there's a lot to untangle there about the late 19th and early 20th century. You have a whole tradition of romanticization of classical slavery in both painting and in poetry and literature. On one hand, it's very reflective of the male gaze and imperialism. On the other hand, it is also driven by a dawning desire to reclaim the reality of lower-class people, of slaves and others, working people, as opposed to previous art which had focused mostly on heroes and gods and very important people. So, it's, on one hand, somewhat inappropriate. On the other hand, it was the beginning of a fight against erasure. I think it's, when you're looking at art, you have to take it with the relevant historical content or context. And in this case, these are lines that we have to accept as part and parcel of any look at the previous century, understanding both the positive and negative implications and ramifications of these things. It's a time that's less evolved than ours in terms of our ethical understanding of that situation. But I think it's important we acknowledge that it's there and not just gloss over it in passing. It's a chance for us to reflect. So, Liberi vel Lapidis Lazuli is really a very beautiful work. Crowley's assertions of a superior intellect behind it notwithstanding, the fact is it bears very strong hallmarks of his style and is one of his more transcendent and important works. Chapter 2. O my God, use thou me again, always, forever, forever. That which came fire from thee cometh water from me. Let therefore thy spirit lay hold on me, so that my right hand loose the lightning. Traveling through space, I saw the onrush of two galaxies butting against each other and goring like bulls upon the earth. I was afraid. Thus they ceased fight and turned upon me, and I was sorely crushed and torn. I had rather have been trampled by the world elephant. Oh my God, thou art my little pet tortoise, yet thou sustainest the world elephant. I creep under thy carapace like a lover into the bed of his beautiful. I creep in and sit in thine heart, as cubby and cozy as may be. Thou shelterest me, that I hear not the trumpeting of the world elephant. Thou art not worth an obol in the agora, yet thou art not to be bought at the ransom of the whole universe. Thou art like a beautiful Nubian slave leaning her naked purple against the green pillars of marble that are above the bath. Wine jets from her black nipples. I drank wine a while gone in the house of Pertinax. The cup boy favored me and gave me the right sweet Chian. There was a Doric boy skilled in feats of strength, and athlete. The full moon fled away angrily down the rack. Ah, but we laughed. I was pernicious drunk, oh my God. Yet Pertinax brought me to the bridal. I had a crown of thorns for all my dower. Thou art like a goat's horn from Astur, O thou god of mine, gnarled and crooked and devilish strong. Colder than all the ice of all the glaciers of the naked mountain was the wine it poured for me. A wild country and a waning moon, clouds scudding over the sky, a circuit of pine and of tall yews beyond, thou in the midst. Oh, all ye toads and cats, rejoice, ye slimy things, come hither. Dance, dance to the Lord our God. He is He, He is He, He is He. Why should I go on? Why? Comes the sudden cackle of a million imps of hell, and the laughter runs, but sickens not the universe, but shakes the stars. God, how I love thee! I am walking in an asylum. All the men and women around me are insane. Oh, madness, 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 desirable art thou. But I love thee, O God. These men and women rave and howl, they froth out folly. I begin to be afraid. I have no check. I am alone. 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 Think, O God, how happy I am in thy love. O marble Pan, O false leering face, I love thy dark kisses, bloody and stinking. O marble Pan, thy kisses are like sunlight on the blue Aegean. Their blood is the blood of the sunset over Athens. Their stink is like a garden of roses of Macedonia. I dreamt of sunset and roses and vines. Thou wast there, O my God. Thou didst habit thyself as an Athenian courtesan, and I loved thee. Thou art no dream, O thou too beautiful alike for sleep and waking. I disperse the insane folk of the earth. I walk alone with my little puppets in the garden. I am gargantuan great. Yon galaxy is but the smoke ring of mine incense. Burn thou strange herbs, O God. Brew me a magic liquor, boys, with your glances. The very soul is drunken. Thou art drunken, O my God, upon my kisses. The universe reels. Thou hast looked upon it. Twice, and all is done. Come, O my God, let us embrace. Lazily, hungrily, ardently, patiently. So will I work. There shall be an end. O God, O God! I am a fool to love thee. Thou art cruel, thou withholdest thyself. Come to me now, I love thee, I love thee. Oh, my darling, kiss me, ah, but again. Sleep take me, death take me. This life is too full, it pains, it slays, it suffices. Let me go back into the world. Yea, back into the world. Thank you for joining us for today's early reading from the Thelemic Holy Season. For the Thelemic Order, I'm Sibling James.